Hi everyone, welcome and thanks for joining me, Dee Barnes, this week for another enthralling episode of Wildcard Wednesday. Now, the things inside the box this week are slightly different what I've got because I forgot to bring the things home last week to make the film for this week because that's the way life is. However, I'll talk you through what you will have in your box. It's just very slightly different to what I've got, that's all. So I'll turn the camera around and we'll have a look inside the box and see what you've got this week. Okay, as usual, the extras that you'll need this week are some water in a cup or a glass or a bowl or whatever. Excuse me. Okay, let's have a look inside the box. So this week you have a pair of scissors, a paste brush, a pot of glue, tissue paper, varying colours, a card, and you will also have an envelope. That's the bit that's slightly different because I forgot to bring the card home. So I'm just using a bit of A4 paper which I've folded up into the size that your card will be. So yes, we're going to make a card this week. Nice and simple, but good fun. So I want you to start by opening up your card. I'll have that as my top, not that it matters to you. Folding it out like that. And I want you to, actually I don't really know if you'll need the water because we're not using a brush, we're using a paste brush. So let's get some glue onto the paper. And I want you to spread it, all over. Begin with, right up to the edges, across the fold in the middle. Like that. And before it starts to dry out, we want to get some of that tissue paper on it. Now, this bit is entirely up to you. You'll be given a random selection of tissue paper, different sizes, different colours. So I'm going to tear it up and I'm going to cover as much of that first layer as I've got of the glue with my tissue. If you've got squares like this, you can just cut them up. Sometimes there's loads in a square because I can't divide all the little pieces up. And basically I want you to just cover the whole thing. You have got some scissors, so if you wanted to do some shapes, like for instance, you could fold a little piece in half and we could do a heart shape. So I'm going to do a little triangle and I'm going to go around like that. Snip the ends. Then I've got two because I folded it in half, so just cut that. And basically this is kind of like an end of year card, a good luck card to any of your friends that I've got to say goodbye to for the summer. You could do some circles. Oh, sorry, you can't see me, can you? Circles. I don't want to drop it onto the gluey bit behind me, underneath me. Let's concentrate on getting a layer of colour down first, because I don't want that glue to dry out. I'm going to cover the whole lot in more layers of glue anyway. Cover every inch that you can see is white with tissue. It doesn't matter if it's not got any glue on that bit, if it's overlapping, because we're going to cover it with more glue anyway. So we can, if we get these colours on to begin with, and then we can cut some shapes, because I don't want that glue to dry out too much that we've put on. Okay, before we put the next layer on, let's cut out some shapes. So I think I'm going to have some more hearts. I'm going to fold that square in half. And do another. I like the purple because it shows up, it'll show up more through the layers of the tissue. So what did I do? I cut a triangle at the top. Mini triangle, and then I went round it like this. And then I've smartened that bit up. There we are. Let's have that. I might save these for the last layer, I think. Put my hearts there, and I'll cut out a few more. I want strong colours for hearts. Let's have some. Let me see what I've got in my pack. Oh, this pink, I suppose I could have. I'll do that orange. I'm giving myself enough colours. Let's see if I've got some more. Here we go. I like that blue. And that pink. That pink's good, that's nice and strong. Pink and purple. I mean, you can do more than one at once, can't you? Let's put two colours together. Fold it in half. 1, 2, 3, why not? Let's fold that in half. Actually, fold it that way, so that the blue, which is the smallest piece, is on the outside. Let's just pop that to one side for a second. It does look a mess now, but by the time we finish, it'll look great. Trust me. So I'm going to do a little snip of a triangle, and then I'm going to go round. Oh, actually, I suppose you could just fold this in half, couldn't we? Fold it in half again. Silly me. Never mind. Done it now. And you don't have to do hearts. You can do anything you like, obviously. But hearts is a nice sort of universal shape that a lot of people recognise. There we go, we've got lots now. Okay, brilliant. So let's bring this back in and put some more glue on. Get the glue on top of all those bits that you've just laid down. I might do one half of the card at a time because I don't want the glue to dry out too much. Make sure you get the glue on top of the colours you've already put down. Right, oh actually no, I'm going to put it on all of it, otherwise I'll forget which bits I've put glue on and which bits I haven't. It's just easier to do it all. I think we'll call this just a general card. It doesn't have to be for anything in particular, but I think we'll just do it as a card so that it's not themed. If you want to do flowers or something else, you can. It's entirely up to you. So I'm going to just cover it all again in layers. I don't want that white to be showing. If I can possibly help it. Let's get some light colours on. I've got some yellow here. Let's do some light green. Doesn't matter if it goes over the edges because we can trim those. We've got scissors. I love that strong yellow, orange. Right, another layer. Oop. Get it right up to the edges again. I'll just dab it round a bit like that so I can spread it easier because it's very thick, this glue. Oh, get on there. Get off my brush. Oh. Okay, now I'm going to put some more layers on because I like it and it's fun. Oh, I tell you what, no, I won't actually. I do want those. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on that top edge. I can see there's none on there. I tell you what, there doesn't seem to be any red. Not any red tissue paper in these batches. I don't know why. There's a bit of purple and blues. Got some down here. And hopefully the colours will just kind of show through. Oh, see, there's no glue on that bit. Everywhere you can see some white, cover it up. We don't want the white to show at all. I think we'll have a bit more green now. I quite like that green and yellow showing through underneath. I want some of that strong pink. Okay, actually, no, let's put a bit of, I'll tell you what, we'll put a few blobs of glue around and stick a few of our pieces that we've cut out earlier. As I said, it doesn't have to be a heart. It can be anything you want it to be. Sorry about that background noise. I'm just going to randomly place them around on those blobs of glue I've put on at different angles. On a bit there. Oh, I might do some more of those hearts. Let's do some more. Get a orange, blue, green. Line them up. Fold them in half. Then we cut out the little triangle like that. Then we fold it in half again, line up the triangle. Okay, and then we cut like that. So when we open it up, it's heart-shaped. And if we just pop the scissors through the middle, oh, there it is, and just snip, then we have some more hearts, or whatever shape it is you want. Let's put a few more blobs of glue about. 1, 2, 3, 4 I've got in my hand. So if we have 1, 2, 3, oh, that's nearly sitting on top of that other one. Where is there a gap? Ooh. Let's pop it there. Okay. Now I'm going to cover the whole thing with my final layer of glue. Oh, heart, stay put. So now I want you to cover the whole lot with glue. I should, hopefully, it doesn't matter if it goes wrong. It's an abstract heart, that one. I'm hoping I've given you enough glue in your pot. If I haven't, then if you get some water, water it down a bit, because it is very thick glue, then it will go a lot further. And also if you scrape it up where it's really thick, like there. So I've just about used all mine now. Get that on there like that. And then I want you to leave it to dry. Now you can either put it on the windowsill, put it on the radiator, just leave it somewhere, or if you've got a hairdryer, just put the hairdryer on it to dry out. If it's a windy day, just stick it on your windowsill with the window slightly open so the air can get to it. And then I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so I put my card on the windowsill for half an hour and it's dry now. I just want to show you a couple of ideas. We're going to cut the edges to create a shape. And I wanted to show you on a blank piece of paper with some pencil, I'm just going to draw on some ideas that you could copy. If you have ideas of your own, then that's absolutely fine. But for those of you that aren't sure, one of the shapes I was thinking of was like sort of flames. So I'm going to just draw on I'm not really following those pencil marks. So you could do flames at the top of your card. I'll show you in a second what this is going to look like. This is just give you some ideas, some different ideas for changing the shape of the edges of your card. Okay, so I've done the flames like this, so when you open it up and you stand it up, it looks like sort of fiery flames. Okay, that's one way you could do it. Another one is a much more simple, actually I was going to do a heart, but I don't think I will. What I think I'll show you, I mean, you can basically do any shape you like around the edges. Go wild, use your imagination. What I was going to do was this. I'm going to fold my card in half. Now, okay, like that. What I'm going to do is get my scissors. Now, if you're not confident doing this freehand, then by all means draw on the inside with a pencil and cut round the shape. Okay, so we could do that. I'll show you as an example. Let's turn it that way. What I want to do is like a scalloped edge. So I'm going to turn my card inside out. Make sure it doesn't stick to itself. Oh no! Okay. And I'm going to draw this like this. I'm going to have, let's move that so you can see it. Just cut those around those edges, and then I'm going to go like this. Okay, then you can get your scissors and you can start cutting on the pencil line that you've just done. Oh, she says, hang on a minute, I want some other scissors. Yours will probably work. Mine, those are old ones that I've used with plaster, and they're not that great because they've got plaster on. Oh, it's hard to cut. It's probably because my card is still a little bit wet. So really wait until that glue is very dry before you try this bit. And also I've got a double layer of paper because I was using paper, not the card I've given you. Excuses, excuses, I know. Let me try, I've got a number of scissors. Let me try these ones. My best scissors for cutting. Let's see if this makes any difference. But it should be easy if that's really dry. I'm cutting through 2 layers of paper and my papers are still quite sticky. My tissue papers layer. That's better. So you can get the idea. If you folded this together and cut them, then it would be a lot easier. But I wanted to show you what it looked like if you were doing it from a pencil line. So I'm just moving the paper around the scissors. That one's going to go all the way around. I do love a scalloped edge. I do a lot of scalloped edges on my pottery because I just think it's quite good fun. I'm going to snip that bit off. I just think it makes things a little frill, makes things a little more light-hearted, I always find, in life in general. I don't mean thrill, I mean frill. Frill with an F. Right. I suppose you could turn these shapes into hearts actually. You could just do a little triangular snip on the middle of the shape. Might try that in a second because I've got two pieces of paper here I'm cutting around. One of them, when I finish cutting, will be white and blank. I'll just see what it looks like if we turn one of these into a heart. It might not work, it might just look silly, in which case I'm just going to cut that bit. Don't do it. Okay, oh come on, just the last bit. Oh yes. Okay, so I've got my card. Oh, that's so pretty. I love that. Isn't that gorgeous? That's just like, that brings me a lot of joy. And I'm sure whoever you give that card to, it will fill them with joy as well. So I was just going to try this, wasn't I? So if you put them together and cut them, they'd all match up. But of course, I did it open because I wanted to show you about cutting around the pencil lines. Now I was thinking if you were really had the time, you could turn these into little... Nah, I don't think that works. Keep it like that. Yeah, so if you'd done it as one piece like that. So you can't really draw on the glue because that would spoil it. But I would probably have done it like this if I was doing it my way, freestyle. I'd have just done it like this, kept the card folded over. So you've got less to cut basically. And the easiest thing to do is you move the paper, not the scissors. The scissors stay still really. They just do the cutting, and my other hand is moving the paper around the scissors. Whee! Let's have that round there. Like that. Yeah, like that. So you could do it like that. You could cut straight onto the outside edge. It depends how confident you are with your cutting, your cutting skills. Okay, so there we have it. Mine looks very flimsy, as I keep saying, because I've done it on just copy paper. Yours will be a lot more robust because you've been doing it on a proper card, and you've got the envelope there for that to go into. So let me just switch you off and turn the camera around. Right, that's it for this week, folks. I hope you enjoyed that. We all love making cards. I know I do. It's such a pleasure to receive a handmade card from somebody. It's one of those things that you could just keep forever, you know, in 20, 30, 40 years time, have a look at it and be reminded of that person. Keep it somewhere special. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that one. Here's my card. That's a bit full of joy, isn't it? And colour. We all need a bit more colour and a bit more joy in our lives. So, as always, everybody, this is Dee saying goodbye for this week. I hope you can join me again for another week of Wildcard Wednesdays. And as I always like to sign off my classes, but before I go, hang on a minute, I haven't said that I'm usually based at the Attenborough Arts Centre, which is Leicester University's art venue. Have a look at their website and see what's on. There's usually lots of interaction with creative classes, workshops, exhibitions, music, cafe, and all sorts of different things going on there. So it's a real hotspot for creatives. Feel free to pop in at any time. There's always a great exhibition on there. Okay, everyone, this is Dee signing off now. Stay safe, stay well, and above all, stay creative. Bye.